Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi. I've come to see you. Is it Anthony?
Yes, you must be Sean.
I am indeed, yeah.
Lovely to meet you,
Good to
Sean,
meet
and
you.
welcome to Skoda.
Thank you.
The Skoda family, as we like to say.
Lovely.
Yes, I thought we'd start coming and take a seat.
Okay, thank you.
So, we spoke over the phone, and I believe you said you were looking for a small, compact size car.
Yes, I mean, look, currently I've got a very old Fiat 500.
Yep.
But actually the very small engine size.
Okay.
It's one of the smallest ones they do, actually. But I'm going to give that to my son to learn to drive it.
Fair enough.
So my wife and I, yeah, we want to change, and we're looking at small hatchback.
Small
style
hatchback
vehicles.
cars. Right. Well, with Skoda, you did mention Fabia to me over the phone. The
Yeah.
smallest car we do at the moment, well, that we've been doing for a long time now, is the Fabia.
Okay.
Skoda Fabia, I've got one here to look at, and the good news is the one you were talking about and your wife looked at was the, if I remember, the colour edition.
Yeah, because and the reason for that is that we like a sort of sportier looking vehicle. You know, when I bought the Fiat, we opted for the larger.
I know Fiat very well. I used to work for them. Yeah, I know you could do a lot of colour combinations with those
that's
Fiat
what we
500.
did.
No, that's great. Well, the colour edition would be the perfect one because you can have a black roof or a silver roof depending on the colour of the car.
Right.
I will show you in a minute on my iPad. I've also done a printout of a brochure for you that you can take away afterwards. So I could just show you now. Now, what's important in the car, Sean, for you?
Okay, well we're obviously going up to a bigger size vehicle, so even though I would both say we're good drivers, we're conscious of parking, so things like parking
That's
sensors
great.
are very important to us. I believe there's also some vehicles now come with cameras and things like
That's
that.
right.
So we've read about that and we've looked on the
Right.
website as
Okay. Well, I'll show you the Fabia. We could just look at my iPad here.
Okay.
Right. I mean, I'll go through the models anyway. I know you're a colour edition. The basic one is the AC Comfort. Well, I say basic, it's still a good spec, but it hasn't got the features you're looking for, like the different colour roof. Then we do an SEL, which comes with quite nice seats and wheels. But the one that you asked for was the colour edition.
Okay.
Which, as you can see on the photo, you've got the black roof and black wheels on this variant,
Okay.
but you can go for silver depending on the colour of the car. And if you look at what it comes in standard, it comes with the 16-inch alloy wheels. It comes with the, as you can see, what we call the Bolero 8-inch colour screen. So the screen's a bit bigger, as you can see from the SE Comfort. SE Comfort comes with a bigger screen. You also get Apple and CarPlay. You've got an Apple phone or Android?
We've got both actually. My wife's
Great.
got an iPhone, but I have a Samsung.
Well, the good news is, Sean, that it's compatible to both phones.
Okay.
And the good thing is, if you like using Google Maps or Waze or anything like that, anything from your phone will mirror onto the screen. And I can show you the screen after. The screen has got a nice display, it's all in colour. Now, you mentioned about parking and parking sensors, yeah, for parking.
Okay.
Right. It does have that, parking sensors is stand on the colour edition, but the one I've got in stock, if you're interested, also has a camera.
Okay, well, that's good.
Which is great. The camera's fantastic, and I'll show you that when we go to the car and switch it on. Okay, so have you and your wife decided on colours?
Not really at this stage, because we are looking at other cars as well.
Right,
So
okay.
we're considering.
What's the other cars you're looking at, Sean?
Well, we've looked at Fiesta, we've looked at Corsa.
Okay.
Fiat we've ruled out because it's just too small.
And what's important at those things?
Okay, well, so my wife and I, my wife's an avid gardener.
So boot size, I'm going where I'm going with
Yeah, she it'll cost me an absolute fortune, but she
Can you imagine?
likes
Those
to go
plants
to,
are not cheap.
Yeah, they're not.
I
She
know.
likes to go to the garden centre at the weekends.
That's
and
fair
buy
enough.
plants and whatever. So boot space is important there. Now me, I'm a golfer. So one of the things that I will be looking at is
Do the golf clubs fit?
do my clubs fit. I know that we most probably would have trouble with the non-driver, but it's the other main bag that I'm looking for.
I've got a comparison site here.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
Okay.
saves you going to that show. So I can show you the comparison of the boot size with a Fiesta and a Corsa. But
Okay.
before we do that, just to show you how nice the car would look. So I'll give you an example. If we went for, say, for orange, you see it's got the black roof and the black wheels.
Yeah.
You could change that to that variant, the silver wheels
okay.
and things. So depending on the colour, so maybe the blue with the silver roof, or maybe you want the blue with the black roof. So you can go for the black roof, black mirrors, black wheels, or silver roof, silver wheels, silver mirrors. So we can come back to that afterwards because you said you're not sure about the colour.
Yeah, I would
But
say
just to show you that.
black's a good. We also like black.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so while I get the comparison site, do you know much about Skoda? Do you know much about the history of Skoda?
I know many years ago they used to have an interesting reputation, but I believe that's moved on. And
It has moved on, but just to let you know, the story begins in 1895, believe it or not.
Okay.
A long time ago, before me and you were born, I'm sure. And it starts with two wheels. They were very big with bikes. Bicycles was the passion.
Right.
And the founders were somebody called Lauren and Clement.
Okay.
And then after that, they went on to 1905 doing motorbikes. But it wasn't until the 1920s where they started doing cars.
Okay.
So it's over 100 years old. You're not dealing with a company that's only been around 20 or 30 years.
Okay.
You know, you mentioned about, you're probably thinking of the 80s with the Rapid and the...
Yes.
Yeah, remember that well. No, things have changed long, but the history of Skoda is quite good. It's been a long time. They've been making cars now for almost 100 years, since 1925, so it's a long time. And the good thing is that in the 1990s, it was bought out by VW, so under the VW. So if you're buying, say, the Fabia or the Caravan, the engine in these cars are VW.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
Okay.
and you must know how big VW is.
Yes,
I mean, they
definitely.
Audi,
Yeah,
Porsche,
definitely.
so the Seat, so they're a big group. So you're in good hands. So right, so if I just get that comparison site